David Taylor, how are you, sir?
I'm great. How are you doing?
Good, good. Hey, we had a little bit of a mishap today. Our guest that was supposed to be here is not here, so we're kind of messing around a little bit, waiting for you guys to get here. I know Tommy just got here as well. I have Dale Pinkert and K-Man, who's one of our European guys. They're both here. I know we're formally going to start in about 10 minutes, but I wanted to see, do you guys mind? And Tommy, by the way, I just promoted you, Tommy, so just be on the lookout for that. I wanted to see if you guys wouldn't mind having like a 10-minute conversation about, trading and about, kind of like your strategies and how you attack the market, not about the Gelber Group, not about the breakout just yet, just kind of like some personal, like how do you guys tackle the markets? You guys mind having a quick 5, 8, 10 minute conversation about that?
Sure. Let me just get myself.
You guys look good, by the way. Good to see you, gents.
It's good to be back, Blake.
Hey there.
Yeah, it's good to have you here, sir. So, hey, yeah, real quick. Again, we're gonna formally talk about the breakout and about Gelber Group and what you guys do there, like what your roles are there. But for the guys and gals that are listening in, as I was telling them earlier, you take somebody like David Taylor and Tommy Peltier. These guys, they live off what they kill. They professional traders. You guys have both been with Gelber Group for I know Tommy going on 20 years, David over 20 years. You guys are the best of the best, like elite traders in my book. So I want to ask you both this. How do you tackle the markets from an intraday perspective? And are you guys like, do you guys ever swing the market a little bit? Like if you have conviction and say like, I'm getting, aggressively long the euro because I think it's going to 120 here this next week. Do you guys do that, or do you guys are mostly intraday traders?
Well, Tom, you want me to start?
Go
Sure.
ahead. You've been in it
Oh,
longer than me.
Actually, it's my 20th year anniversary coming up in March, Blake. So it's
amazing.
good to still be here. We will definitely swing at times, Blake. We're really tactical type of traders looking for unique opportunities, which sometimes they'll come during the day, sometimes overnight. So we'll be on at night for meetings, central bank stuff, things that we're expecting to come out. But during the day, for example, going back to the German fiscal news earlier this year, that was a swing. We get involved. We'll put on larger positions around that sort of event, and we will look for those sort of tactical type of events to probably make a larger part of our P&L.
Ah, that's cool. That's good to know. Tommy, what do you say? I know you like to scalp the market quite a bit, so
Yeah, I definitely specialize more in scalping. I like to say I specialize in reacting to new information and like knowing when the market needs to reprice, whether that's 20 basis points or 100 basis points. We get a sudden headline or a sudden piece of news or a crazy bad NFP number with a high unemployment rate, and the market's going to gap and potentially reprice because there are real flows out there that'll have to come into the market from asset managers and hedge funds and so forth. So I'm just trying to really front run and jump in front of expected flows and repricing. So that's where I make most of my money. But I do have swing ideas as well. A couple like a month back or so when Bitcoin was about to break through like that 112 area, it chopped around 107, 112 for a couple of weeks. I stayed long the whole time with the right risk stop below, leveraged it through 113, took it up to 117 into 120, and it was one of my better trades of the year. So for me, those are more like once a month, twice a month, maybe big ones a couple times a quarter. I'm much more intraday though.
that's awesome. Yeah, Dale's been doing this for a long time. He's been with us since we kicked off ForexAnalytix 8 years ago. Dale, do you have any questions for like David or Tommy again about maybe how they attack the markets at all?
Uh, how many years before you joined the team would you say it took you to make a breakthrough where you had confidence that you could support yourself on your trading?
Good question, Dale. Well, my background was on the institutional side. So I came from AIG to Gelber
Okay,
Group.
right,
And I had had a lot of trading experience coming into Gelber. We were dealing with customers, obviously, and taking some sort of proprietary risk. So it took probably a year for me to understand how Gelber worked and understand the prop trading side of the business. Obviously, that we were not subsidized by customer business anymore. So it was a
right.
sort of gradual process for me. I think, for some of the people who we're hoping to attract to the competition, it will be a little bit longer just because they're less experienced and they have to come in and grow with the Gelber culture.
Yeah, I've talked to hundreds, maybe thousands of traders, and I asked them that question, and the average answer is 4 years, which makes sense, right? I mean, it should take at least to get a bachelor's of science degree or to be a apprentice plumber. Yeah, everyone has to go through a process, and almost all of them blew up at least once.
Sure. I mean,
So,
from our
yeah,
point of view, Dale, we're not looking to get the guy who's just starting his Bachelor of Science degree. We're looking to the guy
yeah,
who's 2 years into that process already. So hoping
yeah,
that it's not a 4-year process for the guys who will be applying for this competition.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Would you
also
say most of your candidates have had more than two
candidates
years at
for the
yeah,
breakout. We're
yeah,
looking for roughly two. Two is a good number. 3 to 4 doesn't hurt either. I mean, in
yeah.
my experience, to answer your question, I came to Gelber from the sell side as well. I only had 2 years of experience at Barclays Capital, but I was thrown right into the FX trading desk. And like Dave, we had customer flows and we traded prop. When I came to Gelber, it was 2007, and so my first 18 months, I was baptized into the global financial crisis volatility. So it was baptism by fire. And it taught me a lot about short-term trading. Get the hell out of a position, get into something, get out. So that's where I really developed some of the scalping skills. But it took me 3 to 5 years to really break out to like another level of income and producing kind of what I've been able to do the last decade or more. So I'd say 3 to 5 years is a good number.
Yeah, so that's right there with the answer I've gotten from a lot of people. And it's always good to get baptized by something. That means you're in it. So sometimes coming in a difficult environment actually can hone your skills.
Exactly.
So,
I think that
all
helped
right.
me actually. Seeing that 2008 volatility was something else.
Well, good luck with this competition, and Blake speaks very highly of you guys.
Thanks,
Thank
Dale.
you.
Yeah, and thanks, Dale. And K-Man, I know we got
Hey.
K-Man here. He was on bank desks in Japan and all sorts of dealing desks for the last 3 decades plus. K-Man, what kind of questions do you have for these two guys out of the New York area?
Yeah. First of all, hey, hello, both of you, and Dale. We are way beyond the good before date, mate. We can't get in there anymore. I mean, or are any multiples of 2 years still good to enter the competition, guys? I mean, actually, I think that may be an interesting question for uh, anyone who maybe is a candidate for the competition or globally speaking wants to get into trading, because there's always those kind of stories flying around, people making X% return, and but then if you look at the reports of the global money managers, we find a certain percentage back in, let's say, somewhere in the annual return of, let's say, somewhere between the 18 to 30 or so percent. That's where we find the quite good global money managers. Where do you guys situate yourself in kind of what is the aim to achieve? When are money managers, traders, who would be trading on the back of a certain return, where would they be happy? Because as I said, there's so many stories flying around.
Honestly, Dale, sorry, K-Man, right?
Yeah.
Honestly, K-Man, I would put us in a slightly different category of business. We're not, trying to compete with the annual return type guys. We're not really trying to compete with the hedge funds either. We are more looking at tactical trading. So our returns can be, multiple of that of the sort of 5 to 10% that you have mentioned. Because we're leveraging our short-term capital, it's a slightly different business. And we're looking for steady returns, but we're not in competition raising money. This is all private money.
Maybe I misformulated the returns and the competition, but it's more like a general question, because like especially younger people in the business, they see those stories flying around, and I was just trying to get a feel for what you guys think is a reasonable expectation actually.
We get a little more granular on like trading statistics, I would say, and don't think about it in terms of annual performance and percentage return. We look more at, we get daily trading reports from a statistician that we have working here for us full time. We look at things like just your percentage of winning trades, your percentage of, your max win to max loss ratio, obviously Sharpe ratio. We're looking at a lot of really granular metrics to see, does this trader have some sort of established process? Do they have a risk control process? Do they tend to make more on the good days or good trades than they lose? Like, some of that sounds kind of elementary and cliche, but when you dive into that and you compare a lot of different metrics, if someone works for us for 3 to 6 months, we can usually tell if that person's going to work out and where they may have, a strategy that we could look to scale.
And I have to say, and I wanted to jump in just to say that during the competition, the contestants are get these breakdowns of how they're trading. I think it's enlightening and amazing that you guys, as a group, do this for your traders individually. I think it's really, really cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. We were able to do that for the breakout last year. We absolutely plan to do that again. And even a lot of contestants that didn't win the prize money or didn't get a job offer, they walked away from the competition learning a lot about themselves, and I think became better traders, partly due to the analytics that we were providing them. So that's our goal again this year. So even if you don't win the money or you don't get a job offer, you could still come out of this and end up making more money for yourself. So
yeah, that's really good. Yeah.
Well,
always, surround yourself with traders better than you, and you rise to their level. Have you noticed that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I hired Tommy about 17 years ago. Tom is a superstar, and I do nothing but encourage him to get better. So he's a better trader than I am, and I'm very happy to have him on the desk.
Oh, he taught me everything I know.
That's awesome. Well, hey guys, we're gonna at this point in time, I'm gonna kick off with kind of what is the breakout, who you guys are as a group. Dale came in. I'd love to have you guys stick around if you want to, but I do have to make sure that we get this information out there because it could be really beneficial for our traders. So Dale came in, like I said, stick around. But I want to go into some of these, questions.
See you, folks.
All right, TK. I want to get into some of these questions that I think are really important for traders to understand about what you guys do. So let's start off from the basics. Dave, I'll start with you. So tell us who the Gelber Group is, because I know some of us who've read the Market Wizards book, we're like, hey, that name rings a bell. Tell us a little bit about the Gelber Group.
Sure. And some of your viewers might have heard this before from last year, but I'm just going to rehash what we went over last year so new guys can understand what we do. And Blake, just again, thanks for having us back. It's been quite a year since we last spoke, right ahead of the election, right?
Yes.
So lots occurred since then. Anyway, so Gelber was founded in the early 80s as a brokerage firm in Chicago by Brian and Frank Gelber. Brian made his money in the pits trading basically fixed income. He's been written up, as you said, in Market Wizards by Jack Schwager. In the 90s, he turned Gelber into a proprietary trading firm, and we became pretty much a premier prop shop in Chicago by the early 2000s. Then business exploded around the financial crisis, and Gelber got way more into foreign exchange trading, and business really grew then. We have a pretty flat meritocracy, strong support system of leaders and mentors. Brian's around all the time, spends a lot of time helping and developing and grooming traders. Very entrepreneurial firm. You have freedom to create your own path, and we encourage you to do just that.
Well, like I said, from my point of view, last year when I did the competition with you guys, I didn't make it public knowledge. I told our community I was involved in the competition, but I wasn't on social media talking about it and whatnot. But I want to say from my point of view, after I was done and I had this conversation with Tommy, that was one of the coolest experiences I've had as a trader is being involved in the breakout, seeing how professional you guys are and the support you offer not only everybody that was in the competition, but just your traders and your community or your group as a whole. You guys are all pulling for each other, and it's amazing. I love that culture. I've experienced something very similar in years past. You guys have a very supportive culture for everybody that's involved. So kudos to you. Now, Tommy, I know we talked about this just a moment ago about how you trade, but what is your general strategy like as not only as you as a trader, but when you're talking to other traders on the desk, maybe new traders that come into the Gelber Group, what's your general strategy towards the markets?
Gelber is very diverse, so I'll just give you kind of an overview, I guess, of the whole firm. I mean, we have diverse trading groups that span all asset classes, all time frames, both discretionary side, algorithmic side. We have a large fixed income group that trades every part of the curve from bills all the way out to the long end. We have a few groups that specialize in single name equities and equity options. We have spread traders. We have traders that specialize in index futures, FX like us, commodities, crypto, even carbon credits. We chase volatility, honestly. We have a few large algo teams. They trade everything under the sun. But there are 2 or 3 groups like ours in New York and Chicago that trade multi-asset markets in various timeframes. We tend to say we specialize in short-term global macro. So we use macro fundamentals, technicals, sentiment, positioning, you name it, and we formulate short-term trade ideas that are usually intraday, sometimes multi-day. The 2 of us in particular, as we've said, we made our careers in FX, but for example, we both trade a ton of S&P futures, gold, silver, oil, treasuries. I trade a lot of Bitcoin and ETH futures as well. And, we focus a lot on central bank policy. We look at tier 1 data releases like everyone else. We have to be on top of politics, geopolitics. Of course, we hawk Truth Social all day long for Trump policy because you don't want to be late if Powell's fired or, God forbid, the penguins in the Arctic get tariffed. So, we try to be very event focused. It's very tough to predict those outcomes. The smartest people in the world can't do it consistently. So what we really try to specialize in, as I said earlier about my own trading, is reacting quickly to new information and market repricings.
Awesome.
So we definitely specialize in the shorter time frame, but we do express longer term views. As we speak right now, Dave and I are both short a 2-month Euro Swiss one touch to the downside. So we do have multi-month views here and there as well.
Whoa. Okay. Well, I
That
didn't
means-
need to. I'm going to
that
actually
means-
plug my ears with that one. I didn't hear anything. So Dave,
That means we
tell us-
think Euro Swiss is going higher, by the way.
Yeah, I know. But I think it's great that you guys are doing that because I want to keep in my lane why I'm doing that. But that's good. I'm with you. Let me ask you, Dave. Tell us a little bit about the breakout and why you guys are doing it again this time around.
Sure. So as we spoke about last year, Tommy came up with the competition idea. We spoke with you, then we launched the competition 2 months before the 2024 election, which was kind of perfect timing because we didn't want to go over the election as we wanted to see what people could do in what we thought would be a more normal trading environment. anticipating that things were going to change a lot after the election. So we had that 2-month period. It was a good active period, and there was a lot of news and uncertainty going into 2024. That was pretty successful. So we decided to relaunch this year. It's going to be the same format, a 2-month futures and FX trading competition. Last year was the first of its kind. Not an original idea, but the way we're doing it's a little more original. There's a lot of people who do it for fun, small prizes, educational purposes, and most of them are algo-centric. But this breakout is for discretionary traders only who've got some previous profitable experience in trading future and FX products.
That's all. And like I said, it's such a great competition. And along the lines with the competition, I can't remember if the question's in here. But the application process is just clearly on the website. So just go to the Gelber Group and where it says the breakout. So Tommy, what's the goal for you guys? Because you guys are paying out $25,000 in cash. I mean, in prizes. But what's the goal overall for your firm?
Like last year, the short answer is we're looking to hire traders. We're looking to grow. I mean, we believe there's a lot of untapped talent out there. The growth narrative in the retail trading community over the last few years is extraordinary. Within the retail community, we're looking for traders who already have some success and have a definable process, as we've stated. And we're hoping that, with our guidance, with our mentoring, obviously our balance sheet technology and support, that we can help morph them into a 7-figure trader. That's really the goal here. Like other prop firms, we've done a lot of recruiting from universities and top universities in the country. But it's tough. It's a difficult process to know who can trade and who can. It takes a lot of time. So we're thinking, let's go find the best of the best skilled retail traders and help them make the jump to the prop side.
That's awesome. It's what a blessing for a lot of you guys and gals that are listening in at home. Now this goes along. This is a question I want to ask Dave. What does the ideal candidate to you look like? But I also want to say there's a lot of retail traders that are like, hey, I've got a $10,000 account and I've done really well with it over the last couple of years or 5 years. But it's just a small account. Do I still qualify? I know we got a lot of those people. So tell us what your ideal candidate looks like, Dave.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough because we want to have a big pool of candidates. And we understand a lot of people would want to try this. And it's, Blake, it's a tough business, and to succeed, it's very competitive and you have to be good to be successful. But we would like anyone, we would like someone who's probably had a minimum of 1 to 2 years profitable experience in trading futures and FX. The amount they're trading doesn't really matter, but if they have a defined strategy and they want to sort of move their career to the next level by joining a professional firm, then they should enter the competition. Ideally, someone who is trading full-time already and has a process and really wants to scale it. And that's how we can help them. And we will, if we see a successful process, we will want to encourage the candidate to scale that process. And we can help them do that. And as for any sort of legal requirements, you need to be 21 or older and you need to be a US citizen. That's it.
Okay. And Tommy, how did last year's competition go? Because I mean, you held the competition. I was involved. Did you find any candidates? How did it all go?
We got a great response. We got hundreds of applications. Thanks again to you, Brent Donnelly, and some other, market friends for plugging the opportunity for us. It was a very fun experience. We learned a ton. We chose roughly 30 traders from about a dozen states across the country, ranging from full-time retail traders like many of yourselves, all the way to full-time engineers who were just trading a couple times a day on a laptop on the side and everything in between. It was really interesting to see that. After 2 months of competing, we had a ton of trading stats on each contestant. We paired that with qualitative rankings that our trading committee had come up with, because we did a lot of one-on-one chats, group video calls. We had them do daily trading journals that we were reading. lots of interaction, so we could rank them qualitatively. So we then came up with an overall ranking amongst our committee. We chose a select group for job interviews. I think that was about 8. And I'm proud to say we did hire 2 traders. One was in wealth management in Ohio, and one was a full-time engineer in Pennsylvania. They both work here on our team in New York. They're still learning the ropes, but they've assimilated really well onto the desk, and they're contributing in pretty tangible ways already earlier in their prop careers. So there's
That's
there's hope for more this year.
well, okay. So you had a couple. I mean, Dave, how about if you get 30, 40 candidates and they're all just like top hat? Are you gonna bring in them all? How many traders are you actually looking for?
I mean, if that happens, that would be great. But realistically, last year we hired 2 guys. I think we went into it thinking we would probably hire 2 to 3. As we started off saying in this podcast, we've both been in this business for a long time, and it's hard to find successful, profitable traders. So we're not under the illusion that we're going to find dozens out there. If we find 5 to 10, and we think there's promise, we will definitely hire those guys. So yeah, it's very much open. If we see potential, we will hire these guys.
I've got a question that's kind of off script for you guys. Hopefully your compliance department is not listening to this one. I'm just kidding. It's not that it shouldn't raise any red flags here. But we our viewership. I'm just going to talk about us as a ForexAnalytix and our daily viewership of thousands of traders every day. I would say half of them are outside of the United States. So let's say I'm like I'm a trader in the UK, but I'm freaking good. I'm good. And I know I'm good. I know I could, I could do this, but I can't obviously enter the competition because of the ground rules here. But I wouldn't be opposed to moving to New York. Is there any way like a trader that's actually listening to this, they wanted to get a hold of you guys just to have a conversation? Is there any way to do that?
Tom?
Well, we do have an Amsterdam office, and I know they are hiring, looking for experienced traders. I can't speak exactly what they're looking for. I'm not sure if it's retail based or not, but on the website there are job postings for Amsterdam.
Okay.
In terms of the competition, we do want to be able to make it more global. We weren't able to make that headway this year with the legal team. It's just much easier for us to run it. A lot of it, to be honest, has to do with sweepstakes law when you're giving away prizes. So I can't get into all the legal reasons why, because I don't understand it. We just kind of do what we're told.
Right.
But if you're London based and you're a great trader and you have some P&L to show and you have a great resume and you want to apply to one of the experienced positions in Chicago, New York, or Amsterdam, you're welcome to apply to those. And I think with visas and different possibilities out there, something could happen. But particularly for the breakout, unfortunately, at this time, you do have to be a legal U.S. resident.
Right. Okay. I didn't want to get you guys in the weeds there. I just wanted to say, there's traders that are, they're good, really, really good traders that are listening and going, damn, I want to compete, but how do I get involved with these guys? But anyway, oh, go ahead.
Like just on, aside, obviously part of the competition is we also want to get our name out there. We want Gelber to be known on the street. So outside of the competition, we're always looking for traders and talent. So if people wanted to get in touch with us, we would definitely listen and talk to potential traders.
Okay, great. That's awesome. I'm sorry. I was just I have people that are they're actually looking for me on the Morning Edge, but our show, for those of you that are ForexAnalytix subscribers, Morning Edge will start as soon as we're finished here, which could be in the next 5 or 10 minutes or so. Now, Tommy, how do you decide who wins? I mean, is it purely P&L? How do you, or is that P&L? And how do you decide if somebody's going to get a role at your firm as a trader?
Yeah, great, relevant question. So like last year, what we're doing is the prize money is pretty explicitly black and white. It's purely P&L performance based. So first place will take 12,500, second place will take 7,500, and third place will take 5,000. So that's pretty straightforward. Who we extend job offers to is at our discretion. So as I kind of described in the process earlier, we'll use trading analytics to quantitatively judge the traders. things like discipline measures, sizing decisions, aggressiveness in certain situations, of course, things like Sharpe ratio, et cetera. There's no single stat that's the holy grail. It's a combination of everything. We then will also evaluate them qualitatively. So we'll look for personality traits like, are they intellectually curious? Are they obsessed with markets? Can you articulate your trade ideas well in your journals? Some of those intangibles we believe are what really sets traders apart. So at the end of the breakout, a trader may finish number 7 in P&L, but they might shine in all these other areas. And he or she might be who we're actually interested in hiring, not the prize winner. So, to give you an example, the 2 that we hired last year, I believe they finished number 3 and number 5 in P&L. So you don't have to win the competition to get a job offer, but you do have to win first, second, or third if you want the cash.
Yeah, that's interesting. Just being involved in it last year, I saw some of the surges of, like you could tell people were probably trying to trade a little bit more aggressively, towards the end of the competition.
Without a doubt, there's some YOLO strategy at the end, and we're well aware of it, and we pick up on it, and we see right through it. So
Right. Okay.
it's
All right.
expected.
I wanted to be clear because I was like, you guys post the leaderboard, and I'm sitting there watching the leaderboard because, I was on it for a while, actually for some of it, and I was just like, huh, okay, interesting. Now,
Blake,
I think,
are we going to be
go ahead.
seeing you again, Blake?
Yes, absolutely. Like I said, I'm gonna do it this year. I think I've still got a couple of hurdles for trading analytics that we're trying to launch, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna have fun. I enjoyed it. I truly enjoyed it. And what was really cool is actually seeing some of the traders from our community that were in the competition as well. I know Tommy talks with one of our traders quite extensively that's in our chat room every day, even though he's at a different firm now. It's cool to be involved in the breakout and just experiencing all these there's a lot of great traders out there that are engineers that they write algorithms and they follow their follow their own rhythm to the market and the way you guys work with I was telling our traders the pods that you guys developed, and then you had some of your traders from Gelber managing each pod and taking time out of your own trading day. I mean, it should be known, Dave and Tommy, you guys live off the markets. I mean, your job is not to be managing the Gelber Group breakout. You guys are actually traders. You guys live off the markets, and to have an opportunity for us to get time with you guys is really a blessing, and it's fun, and it's an amazing experience. So,
Well, look at you, the master of multitasking, running a show, trading at the same time, showing charts. So kudos to you as well. But for us, multitasking is part of trading, right? So
it
we're
is.
able to run our own book, manage our own guys live here, and then manage the competition as well. So it just works out.
It's really awesome. So I'm obviously showing the breakout here, and we're gonna wrap things up. But as far as the application process, do they just go right here to the website? Where do they go?
Yep, just right there. Everything's explained pretty clearly. There's an application link, and we have an HR team and a trading committee that's reviewing every single resume. And yeah, you'll hear back within, I think the dates are on there. I think it's the end of August is the cutoff.
Okay, sounds good. And it's going to be a 2-month competition. I think last year it was like a month and a half, wasn't it?
No, it's the same. It was 8
Okay.
weeks last year. We ran it
Okay.
from early September to right at the end of October, so we'd finish by the election. This year it's starting a little later in September and goes into November.
Awesome. Well, guys, and just remember, everybody that's listening in, you're going to be listening. You might be listening live or a recording. Go check out Gelber Group. You go to just gelbergroup.com. Then you can click the breakout up at the top. You can see it right over here on the website. You can go to the breakout, and also I urge you to check out what these guys do. These guys are probably the most professional prop firm I've seen yet. Like I've come across a lot of brick and mortar prop firms over the years. A lot of guys out of New York. You guys run like you guys are the best of the best, and I can't say that enough. So
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you for having us on, Blake.
It's been my pleasure. So good luck today. I hope you guys crush it for retail sales on Friday and producer prices tomorrow. I know you guys are cut from the same cloth as me. I'm an FX guy through and through, and I know both of you guys are, but you don't have to be in the breakout. There's such a vast variety of traders trading all sorts of asset classes with your group. So, but good luck to you guys. I really think the most of the both of you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, Blake. Thank you very much.
Good luck to
All right.
everyone.
Good luck.
All right, guys. Hey, thank you all for tuning in today. Special thanks to David Taylor and Tommy Peltier. Tommy, I'm not going to see. I was going to say I'm going to see Jack here in a couple of days, but I'm not. I'm going to see his wife actually tomorrow in Mississippi. So anyway, he says hi. I did talk to him a couple of days ago, so he says hello.
Tell him hello as well. Another Gelber guy.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
All right, guys. Hey.
Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, old school FX
We called him
traders.
Fitzy here. He went by
Fitzy.
Fitzy, but now he's
He
Jack.
still goes by he still go by Fitzy over here too. So cool guy. Anyway, you guys have a great day, and thanks everybody for tuning in. And make sure you check out what the Gelber Group does. Tommy, Dave, you guys are awesome. I'll talk to you guys soon.
Take care.
Take care.
Hey traders, this is Blake Morrow with ForexAnalytix. Thanks for stopping by our YouTube channel. Don't forget to like these videos, share them, and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of the content that we provide here for free. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you in the next video.